Hey guys, Heather here with VanLeeuwen Garage. Today I thought I would pop on real quickly and just give you a little brief on the video that you're getting ready to watch. I've been going through some of Tim's things, and one thing that I recently found was a video that he did on his phone, and he was changing the oil on the 2005 Malibu, or he liked to call his work car. And I just found that video, it just made my heart happy. It made me smile because I could see him in there in that video. And he originally posted it to our VanLeeuwen Family Farm page. So if you follow us on VanLeeuwen Family Farm, you might have already seen this video. But just him, and it's a fairly recent video of him. So I wanted it to be on this VanLeeuwen Garage page as well, since this page is all about remembering Tim, keeping his memory alive, doing little projects for him, and hopefully, the boys taking over this channel, this VanLeeuwen Garage channel someday. I just thought, what better way to share their dad on this channel, share Tim with you all as well, and just let you guys watch him just do a simple oil change on that Malibu car. He recorded this on May 2nd of 2024, and he's out here in and out of the garage here. He's got his car out here in the driveway, and he's doing an oil change. So I hope you enjoyed this video in honor of Tim today. Thank you for watching.
This is Tim with VanLeeuwen Family Farm, and today I'm just going to show you the basics on how to change the oil on your 2005 or similar Chevy Malibu Classic. This is probably going to be the same for years in the 2000 to 2005 range. 2005 was the last year for the Chevy Malibu Classic, and it's a pretty straightforward job. This car has actually probably got one of the most simple engine bays of any modern car I've seen. So I'm going to just give you a quick rundown of how to do it. So first things first, I always pop the oil cap loose. And when I say pop it loose, you got to thread it loose and just kind of set it up there. And that helps the oil drain. It helps the oil drain faster out of the pan. And in my opinion, you get a little bit of more pressure to drain that extra little bit of oil out of there. So we're gonna crawl under the car. So there's the oil plug right there. And that's a 15 millimeter. I got the car on some ramps just to get a little, well, you got to have it on the ramps to be able to get under here, but I got it parked up on a little bit of a hill plus the ramps. I got the e-brake on. It's going to help get all the old oil drained out of there. You'll notice that I didn't show you where to remove the oil filter underneath the car. And that's because you removed the oil filter from the top of the car. This has just got a canister type filter in it. You unscrew that cap right there. Good luck finding a socket the right size to fit onto that cap. I'm not sure what size it is. I don't have one that will fit it. That will go in between here anyways. I would have to buy a special socket to do that with and put an extension on it. But I just use my crescent wrench. It might rub on this hose a little bit, but it ain't gonna hurt it. Just use your crescent wrench. Take that cap out. The oil filter canister is gonna be connected to the cap when you pull it out. And one thing I want to say is leave your oil plug out of your oil pan until after you pull this oil filter out. Because when you undo this oil filter cap, there's going to be even more oil that drains out of that oil plug and into your oil pan, your oil catch pan. So you'll get a little bit more oil out of that oil pan if you leave the oil plug out of the pan and undo this. You'll look under the car and see more oil coming out. To get to that, the easiest way is this air intake duct is just clamped on there. You can use a flat bladed screwdriver. Detach it from here and here, pull it out, then you got open access to the oil filter. This right here is the old oil filter. You can tell that this pan's been kind of sitting outside. That's not a piece that came out of the oil filter. That's a piece of tarp that this oil pan was laying underneath. But that did not come out of the oil filter, I promise you. But that's what the oil filter looks like. This part will go towards face the top, towards your cap. This nipple right here will face towards the bottom. And all you gotta do is, just put that new oil filter in there. I snap it into the cap and then put it down into the filter housing. And screw the cap back on. That's all there is to it. While you're changing your oil and you got this tube off, although I think you can do it with the tube on, it's a good time to check your air filter. So I already pulled this one out and checked it, and it's fine. But to do that, you just got 4 screws. 1, 2, 3, and there's a 4th one down in there, right there. Just undo those. You can see the filter inside. I did take this cover off and pull it out, and the filter was fine. So that's just something you want to remember to check when you change your oil. Now since we live out in the country and we drive down gravel roads, you can see how dusty the engine is. It's a good idea to check that once in a while. One other thing is that when you remove this duct here, this intake duct, you have to undo this sensor right here. So it just snaps down into place. To remove it, you just pull up on this tab a little bit and pull it out. I'm not going to try to do it with one hand because I don't want to break that tab off. Now, as for the oil and filter that we're using today, I always use the Mobil 1 Extended Performance High Mileage Oil. This engine calls for 5 quarts of oil, and it calls for 5W30. Mobil 1 also makes an extended performance oil that's not the high mileage. But if I can find it in the store, I always get the high mileage. And it's usually the same price as the regular extended performance anyways. I also use 1 quart of the Lucas Oil Synthetic Oil Stabilizer. It's pure synthetic. It's a lot thinner viscosity, closer to what your oil actually is versus the original Lucas Oil Stabilizer. The original Lucas Oil Stabilizer is very thick. This stuff is better for modern engines. And I use the Mobil 1 Extended Performance Oil Filter. The filter for this car is the M1C-151A. And it says it protects for 20,000 miles. The oil also says it protects for 20,000 miles. But I don't run it that long. Honestly, I usually do run this oil combination, this oil and filter combination, for about 10,000 miles. And then I'll change it. If you wanted to, you could take some oil samples through Blackstone and send them off, and they can tell you if your oil is still good. Me personally, I just would rather change it at about 10,000 miles and be on the safe side. And I think this oil and filter combination is just fine for 10,000 miles. If this was a newer vehicle, 5 to 10 years old, lower mileage, I would probably even be changing this oil at 7,500 miles just to be on the safe side. This car's got 230,000 miles on it now, and it's just my work car. So I don't mind running at 10,000 miles between oil changes. It gets driven a lot of miles. I drive a long distance to my job. And so if I was to change this every 5,000 miles, I would be changing this oil probably every 2 weeks. All right, it's time to put the Lucas in. I got the rest of the oil in. Just got to pull this tab off. And I'm not using a funnel. I really don't need one. But you'll be able to see the color and consistency of this Lucas when I put it in.
What are you putting in?
This is the Lucas oil, buddy. Remember like what we see on TV?
Yeah. Yeah. Roadkill uses Lucas oil.
Yep, Roadkill does use Lucas oil. And it's on Monster Jam too, isn't it?
Yep. The monster trucks driving use Lucas oil.
You can see it is thicker than normal oil by a little bit. But it's not as thick as the original Lucas. We're gonna set this bottle in here and let every bit of it drain out. And I'll pull it out when it's done draining. That's all there is to it, guys. Do a little maintenance to your vehicles, and they're gonna last a long time. With us being on the farm, we don't drive brand new vehicles. This car's got 230,000 miles on it. Our Escape's got 272,000 miles on it. Our Diesel's got about 200,000 miles on it. We don't hardly own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles. And doing the simple maintenance with good oil, good filters, and a little bit of Lucas goes a long ways. One of these days we're gonna be teaching the boys how to do this stuff. But anyways, stay on top of your maintenance. We gotta keep these vehicles running because we live on the gravel roads. We live on a farm, so. So guys, you can get this stuff off of Amazon. I'm going to post links for all the products that I used today. And for more maintenance tips, you guys just keep following us at VanLeeuwen Family Farm. Please like and subscribe to our channel and share our videos. Thank you.